how that goes.
Oh, that would be fly.
No, also in person. If y'all get a spot and all that, you can charge people.
Yeah.
A little flip. I seen it. That shit actually be fire. You get the right people though. You got to get the right crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hi everyone.
Hey.
It's been a long little. What's up, son?
I'm gonna put this thing.
What's poppin', baby?
What's good? How
We're
you?
on Vibrate, everyone.
What it do?
Is everyone on Vibrate?
Yeah, everything on
That's
Vibrate.
good. Good.
Episode 7.
7. We're up to 7.
It felt like we took like 5-6 weeks off. What was like 2-3 weeks?
No, we needed a break. We need to reset.
Yeah, I was going through some
Continue the
things.
chapter.
And then one of the main reasons why I didn't want to come right back, because I want this fucking Jay-Z shit, the dust to settle.
Ho!
I want that dust to settle. Well, I would like to introduce everybody. Welcome you guys to Go On Board Podcast, where we play spades and talk about anything.
Real life.
I was thinking about talking about aliens in the afterlife today, but I decided to go somewhere.
You gonna bring up the Anunnakis? You bringing up the
I'm
Anunnakis?
gonna do all that shit, man. Listen, our last episode, we talked about music for the whole episode, and I definitely don't want to do music again, probably for another 2-3 episodes.
That was well deserved, though.
It was fun.
Yeah, top 50.
Top 50
It was
was
fun.
something to discuss.
Let's see what's going to be the next thing.
Yeah.
All those lists was ugly though, just for the record.
Yeah.
All of the
As you know.
public ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you know, Kenny Fort, to the right of me, is my co-host. The wonderful, the incredible
Hey, guys.
Yen. You know, she
Nice
used to sell
meeting you
pumpkins
guys.
on the
Yes,
highway
you too.
when she was 7 years old.
None of it is ever true. We just skip over that part.
You know what they say when they say none of it was
Not,
never
not,
true.
nowhere close to fucking Halloween either. That shit was in like September. She sold
okay.
jack o'
Whatever.
lanterns and shit.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever.
To the left of me is my man Flo.
It's good,
How you
baby.
doing, my brother?
I'm
Five
feeling
again.
blessed, man. I'm happy to be here. You know what I mean?
In front of me is my elementary school classmate. How many years we was in the same class?
And I think only 3. I can only remember 2 or 3. You think more than that?
I don't know. I gotta find those pictures. Miss
Yeah.
Bernice
Oh no,
Wooden.
please don't.
She
Okay.
got the
Yes.
fire.
He does
Miss
it.
Bernice
Listen,
Wooden.
I
he
know
does
how
this
I
all the time.
Hey,
She's more than your classmate.
yo, she's a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
She is.
Very
yes.
good friend. She's always been solid with me.
Okay,
Oh, thank
great.
you.
You can say we go
Thank
back
you.
from the sandbox. 'Cause
Yo.
that's essentially why you saying.
Pretty much.
Yes.
I go back since the sandbox.
We
for
do.
people to get a little more.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know you.
I
man.
live-
Like, you with the elementary
I live
school.
right here. She live right behind.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
There we
man.
go.
Yeah. 464.
Before we go, I would like for you guys to tell us a little about yourself. Since you're a lady, you go last. Go ahead, Flo.
No, that's not true.
Reverse sexism. Cool.
No.
Nah, do you want me to go first?
You can do your thing, man.
Let me ask the boss. I'm sorry. So, you know, if you see my website, I say the government called me Mr. Stephen Pacheco. The culture calls me Flo. I'm from Highbridge, Bronx all day, Bronx native, and you know, work in policy, philanthropy. I do a little bit of creative stuff with people that's really about the culture. We got to get culture vultures out of here in every sense of the word. So I'm just coming from the political world, criminal justice, really social justice, and combining those things, and then, you know, just my hip hop upbringing and really being in tune with the streets, using that on a different level to really like effectively change it. 'Cause we have a lot of leaders, we have a lot of people who are elected, and then we have like the leaders who are actually leading people, but very few people are doing it in a selfless manner. R.I.P. Nip, you know, it's very few of those. Like, we all gonna die, you know what I'm saying? Try to live your longest life, but we all gonna die. Like, don't let that scare you from nothing. So I believe in leading, like leading through fear. Success is on the other side of fear.
Yeah.
That's something I always say. So that's who I am.
Where's
Dope.
where's a place that we possibly can see you? Because I know you do. You're in the political world now.
Yeah. So
Is there anything coming up that maybe we can go check you out and just hear?
absolutely.
We want to see the leader in action.
No, this. I appreciate that. So I'm actually gonna be hosting True Nirvana Festival September 21st. Forgive me for not knowing which park it's in, but it's in the Bronx. Beautiful woman, queen named Pacheco. She's from the Bronx. She's lived like all over the Bronx, and so she really wanted to bring something that was like powerful for the community.
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm about, bringing politics and just civic engagement and the culture, hip hop, entertainment, all together in one space, in the arts. You know what I mean? And having it be really family oriented, really like promoting like multi-generational connections.
Definitely.
For the people, by the people. You feel me? So September 21st, True Nirvana Festival. You could just Google that. It's on Eventbrite, or you could just go to my website,
Definitely, we're gonna add that in the description.
Yeah, I'll send you the actual link.
So people to know
Appreciate
about that.
I would love for y'all to come.
Absolutely.
It's free too. Nobody can't sell anything because she wants it to be in a sense where everybody's showing up because we showing up for each other.
Right.
And, But there's an opportunity to connect. So it's actually a great space for y'all to be because there's going to be a lot of creatives, people that just do a lot of different things across a lot of different sectors.
No. And talking about culture vultures, say no to Post Malone.
Yeah. I want to listen to the album just because of music, but I'm not listening because it's Post Malone.
Say no to Post Malone. It stops at Justin Timberlake. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah.
It doesn't go anywhere past Justin.
So, yes.
Hi. Miss Be Nice.
Be nice, yes. So,
Be Nice Productions.
My name is Be Nice.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Bernice Wooden. I'm from Red Hook, Brooklyn. BK all day. What up, Kenny? Let's show them how we do it.
I love BK.
Yeah, I'm an author. I wrote a book, How to Get a Degree in Celibacy. 10 Steps to Keeping Your Lips Closed. I got it right here. Boom, get that on camera.
Ooh, I need that.
And
I know it's for women most likely, but I need that.
Well, actually, most of the people who bought my book are men.
Men.
Believe it or not.
We're being used and abused, my brother.
This is cute.
Men. So,
Black men,
You look at her, it's like a piece of meat, man.
yeah, man. So I wrote this book, and it's under my company, Be Nice Productions. I do videography, photography, and I teach networking classes. And I also teach how to edit. So that's what I do.
It's a lot of talent coming out of Rug, bro.
So it's a journal inside of the book.
And this is why I say the hot version.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I ask a certain question after each chapter. You get a chance to reflect off each chapter and write your thoughts and your feelings.
That's nice.
We gotta get you at my college.
Oh, nice.
John Jay College.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I would
we're
love
gonna
that.
set that up for next semester.
This is awesome.
Yes, you hold that. That's for you.
Oh, she can't bear against you. The one up me, man.
You already,
this why they say niggas ain't shit.
How you get your degree, B?
See?
Nah,
So
I
listen.
respect it.
Yes, thank you. Because I know what we was talking about before.
Degree in celibacy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Take back the power.
how did you... This is not... What's the name of that damn movie? This is not a Steve Harvey
Oh, man.
movie.
Oh, yeah, Think Like a Man.
Yeah.
That
90-day rule.
bullshit. That bullshit he put out.
Yeah.
That 90-day shit don't work. I'm gonna tell you right now. You just going.
Steve Harvey been selling.
It's like teaching people how to be
been selling
criminals.
black men out for the longest.
Yeah.
While his fucking daughter running, I ain't got don't get me started.
Oh my God.
With
So
Diddy,
listen,
right?
what made you think
It's fucking with the
of
son. Don't get me started.
this sort of book?
Yes. So for me, initially I had a dream. And in this dream, it was like my name at the bottom of a book, but I didn't know what the book was going to be about.
Right.
And then I was talking to my friends like, oh, I had a dream about me writing the book and something like that. They was like, yo, you should talk about your celibacy. You've been celibate for like 4 years. You should talk about your
God
celibacy.
bless
Look
you.
at you looking at me like that. People can't see. Oh, no, they can't see. Y'all see how he looking?
God bless you.
I'm sorry.
Like, but that's when I first started
Can
writing
I
the
just
book.
ask?
Yes.
Let me
And
tell
be
my girl
honest.
I ain't doing nothing
Yes.
for a week.
How much time out of them 4 years was by choice?
Good question, but it's actually 9.
Years?
Yeah, because I started my celibacy. You ain't let me finish my
Let me shut up.
story,
Yeah,
bro.
this is crazy.
The story is coming.
It's
The
coming,
story's
it's coming. So yeah, so I started writing it after 4 years, and then it took me about 3 years to complete it. And it came out 2017, the winter of 2017, and the audiobook came out last year.
She living her truth.
And as far as 9 years, how much of it is by choice? I would say like the first, honestly, it's like the first 3 years. What has happened the past
impressive.
6 years is like not necessarily dating, because what I've noticed about New York and me living in New York, the dating scene has changed so
Horrible.
much
It's
horrible.
that I
disgusting.
haven't had
I feel
the
bad for women out
opportunity
here
to
too, on that
necessarily
tip.
meet. Exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't necessarily got a chance to meet somebody who I would want to be with.
Yeah.
Right.
And, Kenny knows my ex-man. He knows who I was chilling with. You know what I mean? And
Dr. Xavier? No, I'm just kidding. I'm corny like that.
But, like, based off of that, like...
You cool, dude.
But, for me, because I'm in the entertainment industry, it was always entertainment dudes, and I'm just tired of
Yeah,
it. Like, I
industry
just
dude.
need
Industry
That says a lot already.
Right. And it just happened that way.
No,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I was like, I just need a break.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Well, you
They're
know what?
tiring.
Us
I'm
as being
tired, bro.
creatives,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
sometimes we tend to go that way because we like to deal with other creatives.
Right.
In a
Exactly.
sense. So,
right, because they understand the late
Magnetism.
hours.
You know what I've
you know?
noticed about celibacy is because I've had stints of celibacy is that no one believes that you're actually being celibate
Exactly.
for a reason
at least not in New York.
that's not attached to their like logic or whatever's going on in their mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think like it's crazy, like just the thoughts that are in people's mind about women's just sexuality.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of it is other women.
It is. And they have been the most judgmental
You
towards
just
Right.
dropped a
It
bomb.
wasn't men. Like, it was
Absolutely.
women that were
Yeah, that peer pressure,
judgmental.
Right.
that in-group pressure is
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
You're
Whoever
not
you
having
are.
sex. What's wrong with you? You know,
Listen.
this is the prime time of your life in your 20s, and that's actually not true when it comes
No.
to sex.
It's the
right? But that's
40s.
what they know.
It's the
Exactly.
40s.
You know, I was
Yeah.
told the 40s too.
Yeah,
you
it's
know
the
what I mean?
40s.
So, it's, you know, I'm good. I can
I'm
wait.
sure
I'm
That's
bit
good.
faster.
Right,
So
but
that's
if
why
it's
you
nothing
have
out there,
Krugers.
you're not missing
Because when they hit the
anything.
40s,
It's
it's
just
all
what
over.
they're
But
not
that's
realizing.
Like, the
Exactly.
You know what I
fastest
mean?
had was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
late 30s.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I was like
I'm not
23.
missing anything.
Yeah.
No
I-
stress.
I can't stand women a lot.
Right.
Like
Because
just
of
the
that.
way most of them think and then the things that they say to other women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if
It's
it was
sad.
the other way around, they wouldn't really appreciate it.
Right.
You know, so most women just irritate me.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
true.
they're not genuinely honest with themselves.
Listen,
Right.
you ain't say it, I ain't say it.
Yeah, I mean,
Be safe on that one.
It's tough, right? Because like I grew up in a household full of women. Like my pops wasn't there, so it's like my mom, my grandmother, my two younger sisters, and like
Get these cards out of here.
I can't devalidate anything you're saying. One, because your truth is your truth, but two, because what you're saying, I've seen it. That wasn't necessarily the case in my household, but what I think is, I bring the household up because the conditioning, and so what I have seen, varying degrees, but a lot of mothers are jealous of their daughters, and so when you look at that, I'm not justifying nothing, not saying, but if a mother could be jealous of her daughter, what you think a friend could do to a friend,
Right.
right? And so
Come on now.
it's just
Let's
it's,
get
it's,
to it.
It's sad. It's a
Who
sad
you thought
thing.
was
It
a
is.
friend.
Right.
Yeah,
It
who you
is.
thought was a friend, right?
Yeah.
Because a friend wouldn't do that. I want to always push accountability first because you got to start with yourself. But I think women are in a very compromising position, black and brown women right now, particularly because all of the highlights, you know, most educated demographic in the country, fastest growing group of entrepreneurs. So all of this like buzzword, you know, headline shit, you know how mass media does, which is great. Like I celebrate it, but it's a lot of black and brown women out here struggling too. Like let's tell the whole story.
Right.
But when the popular story, the dominant narrative is y'all are doing great, they're almost doing to y'all what has been the case for all men, but particularly black and brown men, where it's no room for you to feel like you could be in a vulnerable position.
Right.
And women are not designed to be that way. But we don't even see black and brown people as humans. And so you look at black and brown women, that's just an object for real, for real. Nobody's caring about the fact that y'all like room for vulnerability is gone, and y'all don't even see it happen because y'all are fighting about so much other shit.
Most of us don't.
Man.
A
Yeah,
lot
most.
of us
Yeah, most,
a lot of
most.
us, you know, do see what's happening, you know. We're just constantly disrespected, and we're
That's
disrespected
right.
within our own culture,
And
within our own race, within our own peers, within
Yeah.
our own freaking gender.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, everything is gonna be intra.
and
for
we're
most.
constantly disrespectful to each other, and then you know it's a lot of enabling that happens, and when you're constantly going back and forth and defending and enabling these actions, how simple they are, whether it's a certain type of music you choose to dance to, a certain type of phrase that you want to call yourself,
Outfit.
or the outfits that you choose, and
Your hair,
just
the
everything.
Right.
The list.
Everything is broadcast to the highest level, you know, and we're not realizing everything we're doing is being looked at.
Yeah.
And now we have social media,
And also
because
being
it wasn't like that
Yes.
years ago,
Cultural
where
appropriation.
every single thing is out there and
Yeah.
you have to live in it. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And we have the nerve to not even be respectful of each other
Yeah.
in the process of it all.
Right.
We're not realizing
Yeah.
what we're putting out there. And it's the most hurtful thing. If we could just put it on the reel and just watch it go, it would be the saddest fucking movie ever.
You know what, Yin? I think that is the perfect segue into what I really want to talk about. You know, we usually ask our guests about the music, you know, top 5, but we say that shit to later on. Before I go into that first topic, how y'all like to play y'all spades? Because we got to get this game going on. We just going to be talking.
I prefer...
Big joker, small joker, two a diamond, two a spade, or two a spade, two a diamond.
We can rock with it.
Yeah, we can rock with it. The classic way is without that, but...
Yeah. I mean,
it's up to y'all.
Some people play aces high, where...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, the classic. But I feel like we going to be here for a little while.
Yeah.
So, Yin and Flo, Bernice and me, we going to rock out?
Let's do it.
We good?
All right,
okay.
Let's do it.
Cut.
I like the energy you sending over.
First hand plays itself.
And then we bid, no underbidding.
Yeah, no underbidding, no. If you go 5 and you make 7, you getting 50 points.
Gotcha.
You're not playing no overs.
Nice.
Got you.
So the first thing I actually, the first topic that I had on the mind was what's this? Mental health, depression, in the Black community, because she's speaking about, you know, social media for instance. There's a lot of people on social media who everybody is not living a life. Everybody's not living their truth.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The highlights.
So you saying that, you know, you've been celibate for 9 years. Mm-hmm. That's living your truths.
Yeah,
right.
for real. Commend you on that too.
You out on the street and you trying to make a difference. You out there and you're being a leader. You out there, you living your truths. You ain't got no bullshit. You ain't got no bullshit on your page. Mm-hmm. What you're doing is what you're doing. You're not trying to put on a show for somebody else. Mm-hmm. You're being real. You're being real for who you are. Mm-hmm. But then we have a lot of people who are, you know, going through some shit.
Yeah.
You have a lot of people that's going through some shit, and I know me as a Black man, I went through a lot of stuff at home, as you know. I mean, being classmates, and you probably didn't know by the time I got to high school, because by the time I got to high school, I was cutting fucking class left and right, so nobody knew what the fuck was going on with me. But, you know, growing up, you come from a situation where it's probably a lot of shit going on at home. And then
absolutely.
In the Black community, like, we're taught with our parents, a lot of us can't be expressive with our parents.
And it's sad. That's what main
If
thing.
something is wrong with us, we can't say, yo, I know I couldn't do it at home. I couldn't. I got in some problems with me and my mom's and her husband, because she's not trying to hear, like, yo, he's a fucking dirtbag.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
right.
she love him.
Because it's what do you know?
What do you know? You know?
Young ass.
You know, she love him.
You don't even love me.
It got to the point where, you know, now as a Black boy becoming a Black man, you get so used to holding shit in. Mm-hmm. So now it starts to build, and it starts to build, and it starts to build, and you still can't get that shit off your chest. Or so now you doing some other shit where you might be outside.
You're acting out.
Committing a crime. Or you in school, you cutting school, or whatever it is, you're doing something that you're doing something that you know is not you, one, and you know it's not beneficial for what you're supposed to be doing. But you're just doing something so you can get. It got to a point with me that I was just going to school just to get out of the house.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to school.
That's a lot of young people.
That's a lot of people.
I wasn't going to school. I come from in junior high school. I'm on the fucking honor roll. When I'm in elementary school, I'm one of the smartest students, and I'm getting awards for that shit. And I get to high school now, it's like, I just don't want to fucking be home.
Like,
I don't want to babysit. I don't want to fucking. This guy bringing a different dog in the house every fucking year. I gotta fucking take care of the dog. I gotta do all this. You know what?
No regard for you.
Yeah. So I wanted to touch upon, you know, just, you know, the depression and, you know, the mental health issues that we all face. We know people, or we might have dealt with some depression on our own. Like, I go through my stints of I've been in deep depression, whether it's from, you know, shit with me and my moms or me and my father, because I always go through points where I'm not speaking to even one of my parents.
Who's going first?
I do. So Flo go first.
Sorry.
Also, you have to wait. And I'm just saying this because I want to get it on the table. You got to wait till shit is broke before you can start.
Yeah.
Now you got to act. Motherfuckers be
Nah, you don't. You can't play a spade until something.
And if somebody do that shit, I'd curse you the fuck out if somebody to start doing that. So I just wanted to say that before.
Got it.
You definitely have to do. You definitely gonna play like that. Cool. But yeah, I think that's something that it's a stigma in the black community. A lot of people feel that I can't speak for black women because I'm not a black woman, but I know for a black man, when I date and I would tell a woman that I'm just going to therapy. The first question she asks me is like, "What's wrong with you?"
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
What's wrong with you? Like,
and that's sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
It is.
But here I am trying to make
an
effort to better myself, but that's just the stigma in the community, and a lot of people who need help or they probably feel like they want to go seek help. They can't do it because the community is just not behind them.
Right. That's true. But what I also feel like is true is a lot of this shit is generational. And a lot of the trauma and the damage that was done and how we react to each other and how we treat each other and how we handle our situations, it's been passed down and it's been changed and it's been morphed into different ways. And like you are to the point where you sought therapy and you're trying to break that cycle. But in breaking the cycle, you also have to know that you're going to still encounter people who haven't even woken up yet.
Resistance.
Right.
That's the resistance.
And that can't stop your show.
Yeah.
But not everybody cut from that cloth. You talking about resiliency, you talking about grit. But you're right. It's either you do or you don't. Drip or drown.
Right.
That's one thing. One of the few mumble rappers that actually got some messages in this shit, if you listen, Gunna. But drip or drown. You know what I mean? And I think that the culture of just being black in this country, maybe even globally, but I'm from here, in this country is you're not afforded the courtesy of like your humanity.
Right.
Humanity is a premium for us. Like you got to become a billionaire like Hove. I know we're gonna talk about today.
Yeah.
And he's still semi like human. He's not all the way human. You know what I mean? Because the minute he starts to do certain shit that's exercising his autonomy beyond what niggas is supposed to do, now you done sold your soul. You did that. Like it's always some like fucking Hellenic or like demonic figure that comes to play when we are acting in our own autonomy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of our own recognizance. That always becomes an issue where you see us, where you see us at odds, particularly because motherfuckers disagree. Like what?
Right.
Like all we did was disagree. It could be a big disagreement, but it wasn't like I didn't call you nigga. Like I didn't hang you. You know what I'm saying? Like
I've seen people stop talking to people for years over disagreement.
I'm one of those people.
Or for something that's just so subjective.
Disrespect is different if you talk about that's different though.
Yeah.
Cole didn't disrespect anybody.
I think he did.
Well, we get into that. I disagree, but
okay.
Keep going on. I know we're not going there yet.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
But
we're not getting there yet.
Yeah.
But also with mental health and why I said it was generational because a lot of times growing up, there were a lot of stigmas put in our communities, so where we couldn't get to the point where we are waking up, where we couldn't get to the point where we began to heal ourselves. Like being smart wasn't cool.
Yeah, that was being white,
right,
and shit like that.
Speaking
proper
the way you choose to speak, however way that was, or if it was one way or the other. Either way was a problem. Or being your own individual person and expressing yourself with your clothes or with your hair. That was either ghetto or now uppity. It's another thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's so many things that are amongst us that were put there to stop us from getting to where we need to be for so long. Like there's no, it would absolutely make no sense. Like if I had pink hair, I'm ghetto. If Haley from wherever has pink hair.
Right.
She's
She's
creative.
the creative punk rocker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just shit with just like expressing yourself.
I always say that.
It's no wonder we're fucked up.
Sorry
Yeah.
to cut you off. I always say that with little white girls who wear the booty shorts. They're so innocent, but then the black girl who wears the booty shorts, who has more of a complete figure,
She's fast.
she's fast.
But can I?
She's looking like a hoe.
Promiscuous.
She's promiscuous.
What I think, and this may be, and I don't say this like in any condescending tone,
Mm-hmm.
but this may be a bit overhead, you know, not necessarily the room, but just in general. I think a lot of our issues, outside of the fact that they're us, stem from the fact that we focus on white people and white culture too much. And the reason why I say that is...
I agree with that.
The reason why I say that is...
Hey.
Let's get it out there. But
There you go.
the reason why I say that is because our issues are going to be our issues. Reality is reality. But we know how they stack the decks. They wrote the Constitution and the Bill of Rights without us. We was property, all that shit, right? So
3/5 of
the more we focus on us, the greater our chances of actually getting some effective shit done.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's not going to be without flaw. However, sorry, I had to see that play out. All right, cool.
I think we're conditioned, and that conditioning that we are, maybe, I don't know when that condition happened. Maybe it
post-traumatic slave syndrome. That's part of it.
It could have definitely happened around there, where now it's getting passed on through generations, and we don't even know how fucked up we are when it comes to certain things. And again, we hold ourselves back with a lot of different things. Go ahead.
Good
We got
shit.
the last one.
Damn.
I
I
was
hoping you
waiting
had.
for that shit.
Good shit though.
We hold
Has so
ourselves
many
back
bullshit
with a lot of
cards.
shit. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I
5,
played
6,
it well
7.
though, right?
Yes, very well.
I
very
didn't even know you had a bullshit hand.
I
1,
did.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And with us holding ourselves back with so many different things, whether, it's the family, it's the environment, the community that we in, it's just fucking peers in school. Because that shit is a major part too. Like, again, you're a smart kid, you're being teased, or you're a nerd. So now you're the loser in school when you're supposed to be the top motherfucker, because
You
Right.
handling your shit.
I'm
Right,
fucking-
right,
I can help all you guys out if you really fucking paid attention.
Right.
right.
That
But-
has been like for me too. Like I came up the same way. Like you and I being from the same neighborhood,
Yeah.
we have a lot of things that we relate to. I was raised single parent home.
Yeah.
My mom, she only has a 3rd grade education, but she enforced like education on me as much as she could. But as far as like her mental stability, like you can I could tell that, and I don't know if you've had a lot of interactions with my mom, but just something was just different. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I did my best to be coached by her as much as I can based on the information that she used to share with me, and I did the best that I could loving her back. But it's definitely a strain with us, and just
Yes.
like you said, like moms being jealous of their daughters, but you made me this way, right? You wanted me to be a leader. You pushed me to go to
passed that down to her,
college,
probably,
right?
too.
And that's what that was,
Generation.
because she told
I
me
gotta stop
exactly. Like her mom, they had a bad relationship
Yeah.
too, so it's like how to break that cycle. So I know for me, that's why I'm super strict about, okay, now I'm not having sex. I'm choosing to be celibate. I'm waiting to get married if I decide to have a kid. Like, for me, it's just different because I'm trying to be different than
Break that cycle.
that generation before me.
Yeah, like
So
my,
it's
my,
important.
I don't even think my grandmother even made it to junior high school. And
That's she.
so
Yeah.
and that's, I don't know. Your mom was born
Different
in the
era.
South.
Yeah, I was
my
gonna say
mom was
different
born
era.
in
And
North
that's-
Carolina.
That's the South. Yeah, my
Yep.
grandmom's in South Carolina, Sumner County. So a lot of them they
These
came
states
up.
got a lot of secrets in their family, man.
Oh yeah,
Yo,
that too.
Even
And-
New York though.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people
buddy.
that came to New York came from the South.
Right, right.
So that shit get twisted
and
in the
that,
culture.
and that stuff gets passed on. So you thinking about all these people from the South coming up, and now they passing it on to their children
Yeah.
or their grandchildren, and it's not really helping us.
Right.
So we have to be the ones that break that fucking cycle. And and tell and like I like to tell my fellow men, like, and even the women, like, yo, therapy is good. Go talk to somebody.
Yeah. I did it too. I love it. Telling somebody my business, and then I can
go talk to somebody.
I did get tools that actually I've been able to use to also like change the way that I think based off of the things that I was taught. I get to choose and pick, so I actually liked it.
That's dope. That's really dope. But what I would say to that, as a compliment to that, is it's very dependent on the therapist you get.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I got introduced to therapy through my like wellness services at my college at John Jay. It's free. It was good in the beginning because I'd never done therapy. I was getting to talk about shit that I didn't. I felt great because of the confidentiality. But what I realized, the next step, and a lot of people aren't ready for this. A lot of people don't have the privilege in a lot of ways because there's a lot of self-work. Having therapeutic conversations with people who know you.
Right.
And because vulnerability, like what we really, again, I'm gonna keep going back to the way through success is through fear. It's gangster to be vulnerable with discernment and sound judgment. But the more and more you're able to be vulnerable, you shed skin. Well, we're walking around heavy. You feel me? So if you don't have the right therapist that doesn't have the competency to look at, the magnitude of what you're going through, they can exacerbate your mental health just as much. And I realized that, like, once I got that one bad session, I was like, oh, okay, I see how this goes. My jackpot fucked up. I don't got the right one. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna find somebody else. I'm gonna get back to and so I started supplementing. But I have like a pretty dope village like that I built. I work for it because my family's fucked up, but we're not fucked up. We growing.
Right. That's a good way of saying it.
Nah, you got to reframe everything, man.
It's true.
You got to reframe.
Because if you think it's the same way, it's never going to change.
I don't even call the struggle no more. I mean, I do sometimes, but it's a transition. Everything's a transition. If it's bad and I can't think of the words, it's a transition.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You start thinking different. You got to. We're like evolving genes. I know we got to bit ours, but like, you stop eating. You eat a particular way for 3 days. You change your diet. 30 days. My fault. Not 3 days. The organisms and how your liver and your organs start to work, you grow new organisms.
Right.
So over time, you can recreate your whole genetic code. That's some higher level Dr. Sebi shit.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. I went alkaline for a minute. I went there. I was like a month. Went back, ate meat, everything.
It's too hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Well.
It's hard.
It's a transition.
It is a transition.
It is.
It's as hard as you make it.
Everything is a transition.
Yes.
So. Some things have to go.
Yeah.
Some things can't
everything
stay
in moderation.
for a moment.
Yeah, everything in moderation.
If you balancing everything, guess what?
No.
Something's gonna
We
fall.
eating this tonight.
That's funny.
And that's that.
So since we speaking about transitions,
Yes.
Wait.
That worked.
since we speaking of transitions, I know this is a very, very hot topic. I held on for a while because I just wanted the dust to clear on this
He
one.
going there when we got this hand.
This is some bullshit.
Yeah, I can feel you across the table. That's why I said we.
Yeah.
Yeah, we going 7, so I know y'all got 6.
All red.
I know y'all got 6. So a few weeks ago, it was announced that Mr. Sean Corey Carter,
3.
aka Jay-Z,
3 for sure.
You
It's
bullshit.
more like
2.
2 and maybe.
Well, you gonna show me your hand though, right?
Oh,
What's
it was one card.
That means you cutting fucking diamonds, nigga.
Thanks for telling me. Oh, you a liar. I can't believe this motherfucker. But not a liar in person. Just a liar in this moment. But
Stand your ground. No.
Oh, shit. Damn, man. Y'all Leos don't play.
Rest in peace to Trayvon.
That's a fact.
Yes.
That's a fact.
So, Mr. Sean Corey Carter does a deal.
Let's just go 6.
Go ahead,
Let's
go
do it.
6. Yes, just be brave. Be brave. It's on you, be nice. Mr. Sean Corey Carter.
You double the score if you, like, say if we'd have matched y'all, we'd have got twice.
Well, you got to call at him again and again.
That's what, okay, my fault. Oh, you already, you ain't playing. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
So he does his deal with the NFL where they have this shit called Initiate Change and then
Inspire
Inspire
Change.
Change. Thank you. Inspire Change, and he's part of. From what I read before all the details came out, it just sounds like he's going to be the program director of the halftime show because everything is centered around the halftime show going forward, right? And then it comes out that he has what's this pop girl's name? Megan Taylor, what's her name?
Trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never heard of so well.
Megan Trainor.
I've never actively listened.
Raspity and Meek Mills is going to be performing. They just performed at the opening night.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, they were going to create a clothing line. All for the sake of inspiring change? That's what it's called?
The fuck just happened?
All for the sake of inspiring change, right? So, Jay-Z says this little thing where he says...
Believe that was you.
I don't want to misquote him, but he said, we're past kneeling, right?
Mm-hmm. But put it in context, brother.
But he says we're past kneeling, but he's saying this when there's no Colin Kaepernick. There's no NFL player behind him. But he's sitting with the commissioner of the NFL.
But what is the NFL notoriously known for? Thanks for showing me your hand too.
It's all right. You ain't gonna know how I'm gonna play it.
That's true.
You don't know I'm gonna play it.
But what is the NFL's, like, the mentality of the NFL?
It's slave
they still on slave
mentality.
mentality,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh.
So,
Quote unquote, the owners.
Mm-hmm.
and so if he's having a meeting with the commissioner, he said it. I'm not Kaepernick's boss. I can't pull him into this.
So
Who said that?
Hov said that. You got to watch the whole Rock Nation joint. Obviously, he didn't put the whole. It's 47-minute video because they didn't put the whole shit up. It probably was like 15, 20 more minutes.
And where was it?
It was in his offices. So
No. I mean, like, where did it?
Oh, where did it go? Like from the you talking about the narrative? Or the video, where was the meeting held? The meeting was held at
it's too
Rock,
much for her right now.
Yeah.
The meeting was held at Rock Nation headquarters
in Manhattan.
in Manhattan. Top floor executive suite, I'm sure. And
he invited like Charlemagne and certain.
well,
members
that's
of
the thing.
Yeah.
I think it was
Of the press.
NFL and
NJ.
and or Rock Nation. We'll say
Yeah.
Rock Nation, Team Rock, Team Rock and the NFL. They invited. That was me, right?
Yeah. He can invite anybody he wants to, Flo. I think. All right. If I just want to stay right here before we go on and before I start giving more details, but he says we're past kneeling, right? And you have no NFL players active, but you have the commissioner of the league, who's basically is employed by all 30 teams or 32 teams in the NFL. Mm-hmm. He's employed by all these different owners of the league.
Well, no, he oversees them.
He oversees, but they put him in that. They put him in that place.
Of course, yeah.
It's Board of Trustees, they put him in that place.
True. Got you.
So now,
So he's indebted to them.
yeah, he's indebted to them.
Got you.
So, but if Jay-Z's saying we're past kneeling, who the fuck are you to tell us we past kneeling if you're not with us?
So from that perspective, I get it, but I think what people have to understand, not just with Hov in general, when people say we, who are they referring to? Who's we, right? And when I think Hov said it, because we know Hov is very individualistic based off of his, and I'm not going to judge him necessarily on that. It's capitalism. You come from drug dealing culture. Somebody show you who they are, you believe them.
He's a hustler.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day, he's going to be a hustler.
But, like, I think when he said we, he's talking about his confidants. He's not talking about black people. And we received it as such.
Yes.
That was you?
But
Yeah.
I think he
That was
flipped.
you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he flip-flopped. And what I mean by that is when I say he said we, I think what he like genuinely meant when he said we was his people. But when you get to the point of him basically, we just gonna run it. We get to the point of basically him being in this position from an optics level, he's going back and forth with the we. Like, he wants to say he's for the culture, because he has shown that he's for the culture in certain ways, but he also knows there's an opportunity.
Get them big motherfucking cards out, kid. Get them out. Sorry,
to capitalize.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Flo.
To capitalize on the moment, right?
I know where you're going.
So basically what I'm saying is, for the dollars, it makes sense for him to go. He flip-flopping. We, my people. We, us, the culture, get behind me on this move. Let me get these consumer dollars.
There we go, kid.
But deep down inside, his we is Oh, okay, cool. I did that right. Deep down inside, he's for his corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for black culture, and we got to understand that. We have to understand that. Oh, what the fuck is going on?
Somebody bullshitting.
Let's do it.
Somebody
gonna butt their fucking head.
bullshitting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Man, I ain't even gonna say nothing else. Somebody bullshitting.
Oh yes, stuck your ass.
Motherfucker, I was hoping that shit.
Y'all been wrong. Y'all been on something. Y'all been. I'm like, yeah, good shit, good shit. But now you were saying, because I don't want to cut that point off.
My thing is, all right, you saying you saying this we word.
Yeah.
We
Just being clear, his authentic we.
His we is
rock.
not our we.
Exactly.
Right.
There we go.
His we has never been our we.
So that's
his us is never our us.
I think
his they is never our
He
they.
played double dutch.
Jay-Z's an asshole.
I think he's a double dutch.
He's an asshole.
No,
he's always been an
He's a
asshole.
businessman.
Before he was a businessman, he still was an asshole.
Okay.
And that's him.
You sound like you know
People
some stuff I
love
don't know.
Jay-Z.
I'm a secede.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Live Nation, Rockefeller, throw it up, don't throw it up, Crystal, button-up shirt, fitted hat,
From the Bronx.
white Air Forces. Oh, we offer that. Let's wear jerseys.
I love
Oh,
it,
we
I love
offer
it.
that. We can't do auto-tune. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not the ambassador for everybody and everything.
And that's what I want to hear more from us.
And I feel like,
That's true.
and I'm
That's
tired
how I
of
feel.
putting him up here.
I think this is his first
and
chink in his armor.
And it's like, protect Jay-Z at all
it's quite a
costs.
roller coaster.
And I'm fucking sick of it.
But I will say,
I'm tired of it.
no, I love what you said. And I didn't hear that perspective at all. So thank you. Because I'm like, yo, we really just going to blindly follow.
No, I'm
When you-
tired of it.
when you
I'm
say
tired
it's
of
It's
it.
the first chink in his armor. I do also believe, like, I'm big on like we having this conversation amongst family, like, and we putting it out there. We're deciding to put it out there, but like, obviously, there's certain things we gonna say off camera. You know what I mean? Like, even me and you, we've had our little. I wouldn't even call it anything real. We really.
You being nice.
But
You have your opinion, I have mine.
yeah,
Right.
we had differences of opinion,
Yeah.
but we got real love for each other. So
Yeah.
that shit ain't phase nothing. We was just being authentic
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
genuine. That is gonna happen where it happens. I think that's how we need to move with the whole situation, in my opinion. Even with you just saying everything you said, but we having a family conversation, so I agree with it. But I'm saying, like, the Twitter and everybody gonna have an opinion because it's public. But I just feel like
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
run it back.
My bad.
But my point to that, I'm gonna wrap it up because I want
Yeah.
you to get back in, is that white people, when they people fuck up, they don't say shit. And I'm not saying we gotta be white, but I'm just saying we gotta be a unified front.
Yeah, because
They people
definitely
fuck
do
up.
that.
Everybody know you fucked up. The roar gonna say it. We don't need to help our people in that position. And Hove of all people, not necessarily because he speaks for us, but simply mathematics.
He's a
If that-
businessman.
This is the first person to become a billionaire out of hip hop. Now I'm not
Yes.
saying that means we sit down and kiss his feet. No, he's indebted to us. Yeah, it's capitalism, but you would have never became a billionaire without the culture. There's no way you could get around that. You could talk that made man shit all you want. However, if he want to move how you want to move, let's play better chess. Keep him in the position. Everybody can be used. Everybody got.
Everyone says he's a businessman, he's a businessman.
is.
He's not a great businessman.
I mean, but most
do
most
you
wealthy
consider-
people aren't.
Right.
They're just people that knew how to utilize and pawn people.
His business
early.
deals have not been great business
But he has
deals.
$1 billion.
Who's a great businessman? I think Nas has been a better businessman the past few years
But Nas-
than he has.
when-
He's
when-
just
when
not
Nas
on
worth-
this level
Nas worth is
of
not is Jay.
It's about
Right.
your but no, it's about your metric
But
of
I'm
success. I
I'm
don't
just
think net
tired.
worth
Listen,
should be the metric. And
I'm
if-
all for the black love. I'm all for, let's push it out there and do whatever. I'm all for it. But just because you have done it and you continue to do it, I think that that's great. But I don't think that you should be ambassador for everybody black. You and your wife.
Nobody
That's
could do
it.
that. Nobody could do that job.
Like,
I
just
wouldn't even
because you
that.
do
Like,
it doesn't make
you
it
got my
better
word
than
in. I would
everybody
never- how big
else's.
I would never-
Automatically off
That's
top.
too
No
much.
argument. Like, no criticism.
power.
He
Right.
absolutely should be
Like Dame said.
criticized.
Right.
And
He absolutely should be
Speaking
criticized.
about
And he
that, I don't know-
absolutely should be held accountable.
How you feel
because
about
he's
Dame?
not held accountable enough.
But
Yeah, how you feel about
accountability
Dame?
and punishment, not saying you're saying this, I just want to put it out there for the record. Accountability and punishment aren't the same thing.
No, it's not. Not to be punished,
Yeah.
whatever, but No.
How you
need
feel
to
about
hear
Dame,
that.
Yen?
He needs to hear that people feel that way because he has people around him that don't tell him the truth all the time.
Well, yeah, because most people
they
ain't got
need
no
him.
backbone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need him.
He needs to hear it. He needs to hear it.
I work too hard to get next to
I'm
this
living.
building.
I'm living this good life because
That's
of
why we
Jay
need more
Z.
Nipseys.
No, there's
Yeah.
no.
Keep saying that shit.
I'm sorry. And then to say we're done with kneeling. Oh, everyone is aware. No, that's not how it goes. And personally, I feel like the whole Kaepernick situation is you made a friend of this man. You not only made a friend of this man, he's been in lyrics of your songs. So that means you've made money off of your friend.
But Kaepernick made money off the struggle too.
And I'm not finished.
Okay, sorry.
So you make money off of this man and your lyrics, and you played the cool wave, and you wrote everyone else's wave, and like, yeah, this is it, and this is what we doing, and you stood there and you went along with it. And the second you had an opportunity,
you did it.
to make money, and then make this deal, and then not only not include him, not even say a word to him. Not that you owed him anything, but I take the word friend seriously, and you made that man your friend.
But you know them motherfuckers ain't real friends. You know
Yeah.
anybody.
You
that's
could
that
at least
Hollywood,
said
that entertainment,
something.
that sports world.
Everything is a
You
business
didn't say
position.
nothing. He's historically an asshole. And that's just it. And I'm tired of you can't defend it. The whole Dame Dash situation, the whole
Even
Rockefeller
Biggs.
situation, the whole
Biggs
big,
got this.
everybody
It
you
looks
have
like Biggs
close
works for
to
him
you,
now.
you
That's
have
what they said, and I
historically
agree.
fucked over in a
What was he
business
gonna do,
deal.
though, not to sound fucked up?
And it's
To get the
okay
amount of money
with
he wants,
everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you get the point that I'm saying?
No, yeah, you make very valid
Yeah.
points.
Everybody, your public friends, your public business deals, they have all gotten to a point where you fucked them over.
Well, I think
and went about your business.
but
You and your girl.
We all know in business. Look, Jay-Z is. We could say he's a $1 billion man, right? On the way up, you have to fuck somebody.
No.
That's capitalism.
No.
For that,
That's literally what capitalism
and
is.
that's capitalism.
No.
Nobody.
There's somebody
You
on the
talking about the
bottom, there's somebody on
Carnegies,
the
you
top.
talking about the J.P. Morgans,
The
you talking about the
Rockefellers,
Rockefellers,
the
the Rothschilds, you talking about the Vanderbilts, you talking about all these people that at one point in time was the richest man in the world. They had a monopoly on whether it was fucking steel, whether it was oil, whatever it was, they have a monopoly. They fucked somebody to get
That's
there.
where we got the monopoly laws from.
You're talking about
This is
inhumane
America.
ways of handling.
Yes, it's not right.
Capitalism
is
That's
not
humane,
capitalism.
though.
It's not.
But you're implying that this is the way business goes.
That's,
is the
way that
that's
it should
American
go.
business. No,
No,
I'm not
I
saying
don't
But
that's
think
that
that's
does
how it
not
should.
mean
I'm not saying
that
that's how
does
it
not
should
mean
go.
that you yourself compromise yourself just to follow along with these people
Us
who
four at
are
the table?
racist,
We feel that way.
pedophiles,
Yeah,
we feel that way.
rapists,
But you
and
listen.
you put yourself in that same class and behave as them
Yeah,
as
us four at that
businessmen.
table-
That's
at the
no
table,
exception.
we won't
If you
lose that
really
nigga.
about it that way, then you come in and you be yourself and you be genuine and you still handle business and get to where you need to be. There's no rules that say you can't get to where you need to be if you still are yourself.
I agree
That's
with you.
no.
I got
That's
two.
no.
I just have two
no
things
excuse.
to say to that because I'm with you. I'm with you. Like on a personal note, I'm with you.
Okay.
In the reality of the situation, it's two things you really have to take into account when we talking about this conversation. Like,
What the fuck y'all got real fast?
I got 5.
okay, it's good because I was like, the fuck, I'm a 2. I got 3.
All right.
Go 8. It's two things. Go ahead.
It's two things. So you said he can't be the ambassador for black people, right?
I just.
No, I'm not gonna switch your words on you.
Every single thing black though.
No. But I say that to say,
The way we dress, what we eat, what we
first
drink.
off, black people, we're not monolithic. No creed of people are monolithic. And so I agree, there's codes. There are codes, but not everybody adheres to them. And 2, we all have choices.
Go ahead.
You make your decision, you lay in that bed.
Right.
He gotta sleep the way he gotta sleep at night. And I'm not saying it's restless or not. He probably sleeping comfortable as fuck.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he gotta sleep in that bed.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not sleeping in that bed. I personally believe so the last thing I'll say, because I want to hear y'all pieces on this, the metrics of success has to change. For me, because y'all brought up Nas, you know, it's about how many
Damn,
people you
felt so
inspired.
afraid. Put that shit back.
Yeah, why you did that? But it's about how many people you inspire
wanna see what
and
they
the
have.
impact.
Huh?
It's about how many people you inspire and the impact
I'm sorry.
of the decisions you make.
Yeah.
The money's great because you need that to keep moving, but if you only was like a furthest end of the spectrum, thousandaire, like the entirety of your life, but your impact and inspiration game was on a million, I'm looking at you more. That's Nipsey to me.
Yeah.
He redistributed over $200 million, and he's only been where he's at in like 2 years. It's been about a 10, 11 year climb.
Right.
Really since 2003, but he started taking it serious in 2008. He's been getting real paper out this game. Oh, I see what you're doing. He's been getting real paper out this game for about 2 years.
And I think he was doing it the right way. That's why
they
Sorry,
assassinated.
That's why he's not here right now.
Assassinated.
He was doing it the right
That's
way.
not no murder.
And he's trying to uplift the black community as opposed to make the black.
Because he didn't just threaten white people. He threatened the status quo.
It's the status quo.
I'm not saying that on camera. I'm gonna tell you that after.
So it's just
because I think the Alphabet Boys has something to do with that, but some of our own, and I'm not talking about on a low level.
No.
Some of our own has something to do with
absolutely.
that. The only way you, my bad. That shit just fucked me
Go
up.
ahead again because we gonna close out soon.
Okay. I just, like I said, just I'm annoyed with the fact of everything that has to do with black people is automatically associated with two people and they're in the same household. No shade, like on the personal, because I don't know you personally, but it's so many of us and we're all into different things and we all have different sides and we all have different things that we believe in. And I feel like we have to stop, like, he's not a god.
Well, even with him, why the fuck us black people, why do we put our black celebrities in roles of leadership like they're supposed to take?
Because we don't know how to follow. I was just talking about that. I want to hear what you got to say to this, but I think we talk about the fact there's no leaders. We don't have people that know how to follow. That's actually the biggest issue. Because it's a bunch of leaders around. Motherfuckers are just misguided and have bad judgment. But Bernice.
No, you might have all the tools, you might have all the answers,
but I don't look
but
like
you're
it.
not on the fucking camera.
I don't got a Benz. Yeah,
and you don't have the money,
right?
Yeah.
So they're not gonna follow, and that's the problem.
Like I'm from Highbridge, I can tell you that's literally the case. It's literally the case. Like we can talk about some things off camera. It's not beef, but it's like I'm connected with people who could just.
Yeah.
It would threaten the status quo. It's on me.
So go ahead, B.
It would threaten the status quo.
Bernice,
if they was to tap in with me in a particular way. And I get it, so I don't take it personal, because I'm happy they put us on the map and whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do, how I look at it, instead of putting energy to why I ain't doing it, what can I do? So I step my game up to push everybody else around.
Sorry. No, I can't.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, so,
That's
exactly.
awesome.
I want to hear what Bernice have to say. Like, why do we look,
To the
when
celebrities
something's going on, we looking at a Jay. We looking at Puff. We looking at Steve Harvey. Like, Steve Harvey's the main one. Like, that whole situation where he's so, rich motherfuckers don't sleep. Rich people don't sleep. They up, they doing this, they do that. Please, they got somebody else doing their work.
Yeah,
but
that's the secret. They don't want it. It's pimping, poverty pimping.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell you a lie so I could be fly.
And I think that's pretty much it right there. I think that, I know when I was a kid, like, as far as role models and, like, who you should be looking up to, you kind of thought that that's the person that you should be looking up to. I think, right, like, this is what we thought. And then we get to the point where we get a chance to decide, okay, is this really an option for me? Can I actually really attain that and do it myself? And then you try to attain it, and then you fail, and then you feel like you got to go back to the hood and then just, like, just be the old person that you used to be. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as far as wanting to choose to follow them as a role model, I think it's something that we do, but I don't think it's something that really supports us as a community.
I don't think it supports us at all.
I also think, just to tie in on that, just to tie in on that point you made, and bring it back to what Yen said, this God, like idol worshiping. This is why even the Black Republican, even the transgender person, we have to celebrate all these different. We don't have to endorse it. We don't have to agree with it. We could actually think it's discussed. We can have whatever feelings we want to have about it. But we need to celebrate the fact that people are showing up, at least in that moment, how they feel like they want to show up.
Yeah.
I'm all for that, but I feel like a lot of people you mentioned in their communities don't feel like
they're part of.
They kind of don't respect that. We just respect that it's okay. It's over.
Yeah, they want us to say.
They want us to like.
But it's important for folks like us to get in the room and have that conversation with them about why
we have to
we're
be
not
so
moving that way.
We have to be so accepting of everything. Nobody else has to be accepting of anything.
Right.
We're forced. We're almost forced to be so accepting of every single thing that is thrown our way, and when we're not, it's an issue.
It's groupthink though. That's the issue. It's this groupthink mentality where people feel like, oh, everybody else at the table saying this, so I ain't gonna say that.
Well, bring it in, because it's the last hand. We about to bring this shit home. Yeah,
y'all not bringing it home.
When I tell you...
How much y'all bid? 5? Y'all better not get 7.
When I tell you we bring it home, then this is what you
don't get too hyped. Play it right, brother.
This is what you want to do, huh?
Don't let that be fluff over there.
Nah, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't got shit.
Okay.
I ain't got shit.
That just left me at ease.
Bring that out.
But yeah, I ultimately feel like what we really got to do, and I've been doing that a lot this summer. Only if you write. Oh, you just pulled that out the pocket. Only if you write, and when I say write, your spirit, like when you feeling at homeostasis. This motherfucker.
Damn, I haven't heard that word in forever. Keep going.
I'm big on balance. I'm a Capricorn.
Like shit.
When you at homeostasis, tap in with all the young people around you. This is high time for us to really be with our young people because they have access to media.
What you got? Nothing?
Because
you flex too soon. I know your style.
I ain't saying nothing, nigga.
That's us.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making sure.
That's us too.
Okay, there we
I
go.
ain't saying nothing, Black Queen.
We made our bucks.
All I had to do was make 5, and we made it.
Right.
We good.
Got the skin of your teeth.
We nobody underbidden. That's good.
We knew what we was doing.
But to that point, really tap in with the youth. Because when the conversation come full circle, a lot of these issues is generational. I don't want to give a history lesson, nor am I equipped to do it in this way right now. But you look at my generation. I'm about to be 30. I think we all in the same generation, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just making sure.
You know, 80s babies.
Yeah. So our generation,
Right.
we are the generation where the babies started having babies, like for real, like en masse. The one under us, they owned it, but we started it. That was our wave. So, but if you look at the generation above us, that's the crack era. So our community been getting decimated since we came here, but like that was a high time of decimation. So those that were there for us, it was like a fraction of them trying to carry the load, and we always been village oriented. Our village was decimated. The generation above them, that was the gimme generation.
Right.
They got all of the everything was sweet. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers. I forget what generation they call them, but the generation before the war on drugs, they had mad money to go around. You didn't even need a high school diploma to get a good job. My grandmother never graduated high school. She was the rock of the family, retired out of Social Security.
Right.
And she worked with the Social Security office.
Yeah, my grandma was a city worker.
They got it good. The economy was good in their hands. They became very self-centered. And then the 80s came, and we got wiped out, and then we started having kids young.
Yep.
And so now we don't want to be, we don't want to be like leaders and shit. We had too many kids around us.
I mean,
as a whole,
that's it on a deeper level,
Last
but
hand,
personally,
guys,
I feel like, I have an issue with everyone following behind the person that's the celebrity that doesn't understand why they're being followed behind, or their actions are being watched, or that they now have an influence. They were just here for money and fame, and now I have influence, and you're complaining, and I don't understand why, and I have a problem. I have an issue with that, especially being a woman and being a mother, because there's certain things.
How many children you got?
Just one.
Okay.
But I have a daughter.
Yeah.
And as far as let's say rap, for right now, for a woman, it's fucking degrading.
But everybody's celebrating the fact that Meg Thee Stallion doing,
Every time I see her,
Lizzo.
she's shaking
Yeah.
her fucking ass.
But I think
Is that something to celebrate?
So what I'm
I
saying
don't think
is,
so, but that's what people.
so what I'm
that's they
saying
picking.
is, if you have a problem with it, you're like outside. Oh well, why? It's this and it's everyone doing it, and you don't understand that you have adapted this sheep mentality as a part of your life.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
But I think that comes
Because
to the
it's been
parenting and the community.
you can literally just be in a club, and if a song come on, all of the girls are slowly leaning forward like this to any song. Like, is that what we do now? Nobody dances no more.
That's a
This
fact.
is all you're training yourself to be accustomed to is to lean over and hunch your back.
And then you're doing it in the club. You're doing it in the house when you're around
doing
the kids.
it.
So
Yeah.
now
In
your
the
little,
kid- in
now
front
your
of the
little
kids.
daughter, like your niece, everybody's emulating you. So
You're
now you got
doing it
little
in the
girls
street.
doing it on it.
Yeah.
You're recording yourself on the internet doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, who are we as adults? Who are we as parents?
But
Like
I mean,
that
it's a
now
lot- it's a lot of
that it's
unfit
not
motherfuckers
just
walking this earth.
entertainment.
Being
It's not
parents.
just the entertainer doing it for entertainment. Now I'm doing it.
it's on
I've
y'all to
seen
do it.
videos of people
Yeah.
actually having arguments and girls they doing that, and in the middle of it they stop and they just start bending over and they just start shaking, and I'm just like, we're lost.
Wickedness.
You have
Listen,
to be
gotta
lost.
speed through this
Like
game.
this is all
Yeah,
that
we
there
gonna get
is for you.
when we gonna get to it? We getting there. See,
What's up?
I think it's time for us to start expanding.
No brainstorming.
Maybe
we
we
got a
should go.
game.
Maybe we should start doing an hour and a half show.
No, I think that's too long.
You think it's too long right
I think
now?
so. It's-
Because we still, and I don't want to cut the show, but we there.
I mean, we could always have a part 2.
I mean,
She ain't living in New York.
Hey, I don't want that on camera.
Yeah.
Look, we gotta go to fucking Nebraska to go see her.
Okay.
That'll work.
On the road.
Nebraska.
We could tour. Let's tour.
She over there in fucking in the West Bubblefuck.
That's even better.
Even better. Listen, we ain't gonna get this hand in.
All right.
I'm so disappointed that we have to shut this down because we were talking. And it
Yeah.
was very, 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 very good. How can we get you guys again?
Yeah, so for
Queen
me,
first.
yes, thank you. For me, I'm on Instagram. I have 2 Instagram pages. I have Be Nice Productions, and then I also have a degree in celibacy. So I'm glad that's the first thing you said. I have a degree. Earlier,
I'm gonna follow up too.
So those are my 2
I'm gonna follow up.
Instagram pages. You can hit me up.
Yeah.
What about you, Flo?
Oh, so a little confusing because I'm like at these convergent cultures, but on Instagram, flow like it's 89, FLOW like it's 89. It's all spelled the same, and then the 8 and the 9. And then on Twitter, Mr. Stephen Pacheco, Stephen with a V, Pacheco. Or you can just go to my website, www.stephenpacheco.com.
Twitter or Instagram? Which one you like?
I like Instagram more because it gives me more range to be who the fuck I want to be. It's
Exactly.
harder to box you in on Instagram.
Twitter is just fucking trolls.
Exactly. Like you, it's polarizing, and I'm not that. I'm balanced. I'm cheap.
There we go.
I be want to curse half my followers out on Twitter.
Yeah, I want to.
I've been doing that shit for years, right? Just cursing everybody out on fucking Twitter.
I want to throw around a lot of SMDs, but I don't want to get labeled with the young generation.
Yeah.
'Cause my SMDs, you deserving of it. I throw out SMDs when it's deserved.
Yeah.
People
Okay.
be wilding, but
Some
Yeah.
people don't
How can they
understand
find
that.
you?
Some things are deserved.
yes.
How can they find you?
Well,
You gonna be on Instagram all night, right?
Go on Board Podcast,
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
We're on
You on
Instagram.
Spotify?
Go on Board Podcast.
You on Google?
Y'all not on title?
Oh, after I said all that?
We're never gonna be on title now. That's a wrap.
My opinion is my
Spotify.
opinion.
Apple, the
Apple,
podcast app.
and Apple. We
You on the
we about to be
podcast
on
app?
Apple.
Apple?
We about to be on Apple.
I think that's soon, right?
Yeah, that's real soon.
That's
Yes.
real
So maybe this episode we start on Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because
So Go on Board Podcast is the Instagram page. Each of our tags is all over the page.
That's why I didn't hear an episode. Actually, I don't have Spotify.
yeah,
I
it's
did
free.
want to tap in because
Okay.
that's why I watch all the clips. It makes
It's
sense.
free. It's
Okay.
free.
Yeah.
Well,
And check us
I
out.
don't like ads.
7 is done.
Yes. Good night, guys.
Thanks
Good
for having me.
night.
Stay black.
Yes.
That was dope.
How much I went over? 2 minutes?
That nigga done tapped out on you.
Yeah, he tapped out.
Fuck you, nigga.